TelecomTV, where ICT connects.
Hello and welcome to TelecomTV. I'm Martyn Warwick, reporting from Silicon Valley in Northern California, where we are at the fourth ETSI meeting of the ISG Industry Standardization Group on NFV, Network Functions Virtualization, and I'm talking with Steve Shaw of Juniper. Steve, you're very welcome. We're backstage here at this event. There's a lot of noise, so we'll try and get through this in one if we can, but you might get some unexpected applause or even boos, who knows. Anyway, let's go. Been a lot of hype about NFV, a lot of talk, but at last there's a move from that to reality. How is that reality manifesting itself?
Well, there's certainly a lot of interest in the market today. Certainly witnessed by the crowds at the forums here today to work through standards. But we're hearing constantly from our customers, from service providers, fixed, mobile, cable, how they want to really work to untangle their networks. How can they really drive that separation of services from the underlying routing network and give them much more of the freedom, the agility to make changes on the fly, to be much more responsive to their customers.
You're from the mobility group within Juniper. Do you see regional and national differentiations as far as NFV is concerned in the mobile market?
There seems to be a real trend, specifically in the mobile space, around operators who've embraced LTE. One of the things that we saw early on in the move to LTE was there was either this sort of revolutionary approach or an evolutionary approach. For the operators who took the revolutionary approach, they see LTE as a new way to build their networks, a new way to construct. They see the existing approach of monolithic systems and sort of one-size-fits-all packages just isn't going to cut it in a world where everybody has 200 megabits or half a gigabit of traffic coming to their phones. They need to be much more scalability, much more ability to respond to changing demands in the network. And the only way to do that is through virtualization.
Do you have any customer feedback from the trials and what you're doing with NFV out there in the marketplace?
We're hearing quite a bit about this concept of re-architecting the network, of building it now from the ground up, to start over again. Almost like 2G and 3G was practice. We were starting, and now what we're really building is a true mobile internet with multi-megabit speeds. And with that, the ability to move work around the network, to take advantage of the benefits of virtualization and push things further and further out to the edge, to move from 2 or 3 centralized locations to 50 or hundreds of centralized locations across the country, and really push the value, the network value out closer to the consumer so the consumer gets a much better experience. We've spent a lot of years taking in information about the network and hearing what customers are doing or seeing, getting into the analytics side of things. I think now is the time for us to take that information, the analytics, what customers are doing, and turn it back around and give customers the experience based on it. Have the network actually respond to what people are doing.
One of the surprises in the industry is that it's undergoing a sea change in that what used to be closed and very proprietary is now being opened up, open sourced. What do you make of that?
I think it stands to reason. This is a world of a lot of co-opetition going on out there. Everybody who was a competitor in one deal becomes a partner in the next deal. We all need the same relationships, the same ecosystems to pull this together. It's such a huge problem. It's such a huge issue that needs to be addressed across the industry. Making code open, making products open and available just lets us draw the best out of the industry, lets us work with best-of-breed input from service providers, from our competitors, all those sorts of things. I think that's why we're seeing so much traction in the open source movement. One of the reasons why Juniper got really involved through Open Contrail, which is our program to make our SDN controller open source. We're really looking for the industry to make this product better and to really bring out the best.
Steve Shaw, thank you.
Thank you, Martyn.
TelecomTV, where ICT connects.